Oh, well, hey, honey, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all thought I was going to say B, didn't it? Well, hey, B, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get into a Love and Hip Hop ATL. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. So Miss Rasheeda has decided to open up Press 2.0 over there in Midtown ATL. Okay, so she threw this nice event or whatever. The people came out. Carly came in with Miss Spice. The Sierra was there with her man. She decided to ask Miss Spice, like, girl, I'm glad that you've been out here, you know what I'm saying, running the streets, going over here to Wendy Williams and doing everything that you do, honey. But I gotta ask you, why you said you were single, honey? And this is what Spice had to let her know, like, girl, I'm single because, you know, we was a little shaky in our relationship and I didn't know which way to go. Okay, so I said what I said, and it is what it is. And Miss Sierra is over there like, girl, well, I hate that you guys are in that place, but I must say that I'm pretty happy over here with my boo, and we're still trying to figure out how we're going to have a child. I'm like, okay, this Sierra girl. Good luck. Okay, they're also working on getting a new home, which they ended up getting, actually. Okay, now we did see Miss Toya Johnson out there. All right, I was like, look at Toya. We miss you on TV, Miss Toya. Okay, so hopefully we'll see her soon. Ain't no telling. But let's go ahead and move on, okay? Now, this is when the mess gets started at the whole function, the grand opening, right? The mess gets started when Kai brings his girlfriend, right? Then the sister and I believe the brother's girlfriend, the sister and some other girl came. I think that's the brother's girlfriend, but either way it goes, the big brother girlfriend. Kai's girlfriend was over there shooting birds and stuff like that and making faces. Now, I do feel like she was doing too much. She was out of line, right? So that caused the sister Kelsey, I believe it is, to say something to her brother, like, why your girl over there talking? She turns to, what is this young lady's name? I don't even think I wrote the name down, but the girl that was next to her, she turned to her and she was like, do y'all have beef or whatever? She's asking Kai's girlfriend, like, do you and her got beef? And so Miss Kelsey proceeds to kind of like start going in, but she was talking to her brother, right? But then the girlfriend hopped in, Kai's girlfriend, and said, oh, well, I can say whatever I want to say because that's my NIGGA. That's my NIGGA, and I can say whatever it is that I want to say. But Kelsey felt the way that she was over there mumbling and rumbling all up in her brother Kai's ear. She ain't like that. She like, what the hell she telling you? I don't like that. That's not how we roll. So I just felt like they both was wrong ultimately when it came down to this altercation that happened. Not only is this your mom's grand opening, granted, everybody is probably gone, but there was still a great amount of people still there. And at the end of the day, this was a location that your parents just opened and they worked hard for this spot. Whether Rasheeda is your stepmama or not, you know what I'm saying? That's your mama. Whatever, okay, them your parents. I feel like everybody was wrong when it comes to the ladies, okay? Now, first of all, Miss Girl, Kai's girlfriend, started off with shooting a bird and shit like that. Girl, number one, you was doing too much, okay? You was doing too much when you got in there. But also, it seemed like to me, Kelsey, she didn't have the issue with you. She had an issue with this girl. So why you trying to step in and take over this girl's battle when the issue ain't even with you? Then you start getting loud and doing the most at your parents' events within their store. Okay, now the other girl, when they got her outside, Kai's girlfriend, she started doing the most, trying to run up the stairs and do all this extra stuff. And I'm like, girl, you wasn't doing none of that action inside the store when them girls was trying to get at you. But you wait till you get outside and act like you trying to climb all back inside. Girl, go home. Go home and have a seat. That's what you can do. Okay, she was doing a whole lot of too much. I ain't really like it, girl. Scoot away from us with this, okay? Then we can see where Kai over there talking to his sister, telling her how she needs to act, how she don't need to act. The big brother chimed in and was just like, yeah, but your girl can't be saying whatever it is she want to say. Everybody had a point. I just feel like everybody had a point. I don't think Kelsey was right and Kai's girlfriend was wrong. And I don't think Kai's girlfriend was right and Kelsey was wrong. I think both of that was wrong, period. Okay, so Kelsey, yeah, you do be loud. You do be doing the most at times. This ain't your first time doing the absolute most. You've done the most at other times as well. Okay, so I just felt like everybody was wrong in this situation. So I was glad how Kirk and them made a decision at the end of the episode of how things were going to go with the kids and them working within the business. Okay. Jock has this event for the guys. They go out there, they play basketball, then they come and they sit down in the bleachers and they all talk about different things that may be going on within their life, okay? What did we see? Kirk Kirk ended up crying when he started to talk about his kids and how his kids has been making him feel with being a part of his business. Okay, he feel like they're spoiled brats. They've been taking advantage of him and things, and he's trying to create generational wealth and do what he wants to do for them financially, because he didn't have all that stuff. Okay, so he's trying to look out for them, and they turning around, they stabbing him in the back, so he's stressed out. Okay, so he be feeling like he just want to give up as a whole as well. Sell the businesses, be done with it. I don't give a damn, okay? Because it's taking him to a place he normally is not at. Safaree said something that was interesting to me. Safaree talked about women in his past and how they always told him that he had a wall up. When I heard this from Safaree, I felt like, you know what? Safaree is still damaged from the relationship he had with Nicki Minaj. And right now, I don't think nobody finna say me that different. Now, I'm not saying that Safaree's actions that he's been going out here doing to, you know, Miss Erica and stuff, I'm not saying he right at all. But I do think when I heard that and him having this wall up, that man is damaged from the relationship he had with Nicki Minaj. If y'all go back and just watch some of their tapes and stuff, just look at how she talked to him. Look at how she treated him. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was nothing or something to her. I ain't really like that, okay? The way she kind of treated him, like he was always by her side. And let's be clear, Safaree left Nicki. Nicki did not leave Safaree. So obviously Safaree just got to a point where he just couldn't take it no more. He had to skip out, skedaddle. And ever since then, he's really been having a hot boy year. Damn near every year, okay? Safaree, especially when he let that DICK pic leak. I said, oh, okay. And then I know the girls was blowing up the phone at that point, okay? So Safaree been out here on his hot mess, okay? So that's that. Spice ended up having her party because with this party, she finally has like an album release. She said she's been waiting on it for like 10 years and stuff. So she's finally reached where she needs to reach in her career, and she's making it here in the US. So she's super happy about that. Her and her boo Justin ended up working it out, making up at the event because he ended up showing up there, giving her love. And she also shouted him out and thanked him, okay, for being there. So that was cute. The two of them came back together and all is well. Scrappy had me hollering when we get to the blackout scene because all it was about was Martin. So for him to say New Jack City, and he said in the confessional that he liked Martin, that's all I thought about was when somebody ended up taking Martin's CD player, I believe, and he wanted to know who had it or who played it before he could play it or something like that. It was hilarious. He had the fake dog and everything. And I thought Scrappy was going to have a dog and he was going to do the roof, you know, like do all the barking and stuff, but he didn't do that part like Martin did, but it was so funny, okay? So when he got everybody together, right? The question ended up coming up. First of all, when Bambi walked in, Mama D says, "Hi, Bambi, how are you?" She said, "Oh, you care?" I would have said, "No, I don't." Okay, because I don't like that Bambi got smart with her. First of all, your issue, honestly, should be with Sierra. Had Sierra not opened up her mouth, there wouldn't have been no room for any miscommunication or anything that took place. So I feel like you need to check your friend, but you don't want to check your friend. You feel like it's easier for you to check Miss Mama D. Oh, okay then. Bye, Bambi. So let's move on. What else ended up happening? So the question comes out about what was said on the trip. Like it was said that at Yandy's and Mendici's, you know, wedding thing or whatever, somebody came out speaking on divorce and how Bambi wanted a divorce and wanted all the money. So then they was like, who said that? Who said that? Okay. And then Mama D looked at Sierra and said, she said that. That's what you said. And then Sierra said, I ain't saying nothing about no money, Mama D. I ain't saying nothing about no money, girl. Don't get me in that. But see, here's the thing though, Sierra, you opened your mouth and you said something, okay? You opened your mouth and you still said something. So had you not opened your mouth, it wouldn't have been nothing else to run back and tell Bambi or Scrappy about. Okay, but see, you're trying to put stress and so much energy on the money part and you're not speaking on the divorce part. Don't you know if Bambi wanted Mama D to know about her wanting to get a divorce, she would have went and told Mama D that? But instead she confided in you and Erica. So why would you feel the need to go and tell his mom? That girl, y'all should have placed blame where the blame had needed to have been. But Mama D did confirm that she was a little tipsy at the time. And I'm like, Mama D, don't be lying. You probably was tipsy, but you heard very clearly, girl. Now, you may have added that little piece in, but you ain't right. I mean, you ain't wrong by yourself. So y'all can add Sierra with that. But anywho, that's what it was, okay? Everything has been resolved. It is what it is, right? So everybody leaves and Scrap decides to hold Bambi back so they can have a talk, okay? So they pretty much talk out things. You know, Scrappy has been dealing with his mental health and, you know, feeling depressed and stuff like that. So he's at a place where he wants to continue to work on that. He also wants to continue to work on his marriage as well and be committed, because even Bambi mentioned how he ended up putting his wedding ring back on. You know, they wasn't wearing their rings for some time. But he put his ring back on. She's noticing that he's taking more of an effort. And he said, yeah, if I'm going to be married, I'm going to be married. I'm going to be in it all the way down till I can't be in it no more. So I was like, look at Scrappy. I can appreciate that. You could just tell from looking at their eyes. I said they love each other very, very much, okay? They just stressful. They just stressed out. And it's just sometimes it be small things, okay? And when they don't get the attention that they need, it becomes like a big old gigantic thing. So it was great that they were able to kind of like talk it out and stuff. I thought he was going to bring out like some candles and some food and stuff. But obviously that didn't happen, girl. But all right. So they're all good. Bambi says that, you know, at one point she wasn't open to doing counseling, but now she's at a place that she does want to do it. And I think that's good. Y'all should go ahead and do it, even if it's individually or together, because if this man is battling with his mental health and depression and slightly at times thinking about taking his life, that's the father of your kids, okay? He needs all the help that he can get, because I would hate for him to not be here physically and then everything is truly falling on you. So there's that. So everything is going well with them. Now, when it gets to Erica and Safaree, this was really interesting to see the sit down between them, because Erica was definitely pregnant at this time. But I could have sworn Erica was in the hospital a few weeks ago on another episode where she had gave birth, because when she got out of the car, she came home to her daughter. Right? She came home to her daughter, and her friend was at the house for her daughter, because I believe she had given birth or something like that, wasn't it? Because her stomach was flat and she had to leave the baby in the hospital for a few weeks. Is it me? I'm like, why y'all shooting this out of order and making it look obvious? Okay, girl, that didn't. Y'all got to get it together over there at VH1. Not only was the season sour, but the way y'all chopping and screwing and editing these pieces, these clips together is sour as well. But let's move on, okay? So they have this awkward sit down. Safaree looks like he wanted to bust out laughing, number one, which kind of makes me feel like, okay, is this fake? Are y'all playing this up for TV? Number two, it also kind of looked like at the same time that y'all was forced to have this conversation and y'all really didn't want to have this conversation. So I'm like, okay, girl. All right, honey. All right. So he talks about how he's always going to be in his kids' life. He always wants to be, be in his family life at the end of the day. Erica said, baby, I don't know what you're talking about, because you ain't got no family. What family? Okay. He said, I'm always be there for my family. She said, no, sir, you don't even care about your family, dear. You don't care what happened to these kids. You don't care, because you was down there running the muck down there wherever you was. And then now you want to come back talking about a family when I was in this house taking care of these kids all by myself, or at least with your daughter and pregnant with your son. Yikes, honey. No, sir. So Safaree opens up and talks about how he had to call the cops the last time they got into an argument because things was just getting a little too out of hand. Okay, so that was a bit crazy. He tells her, which I don't like, he tells her because of her, the marriage won't last. And I said, so we just gonna skip past that you was out here doing, and you just not gonna act like that you contribute to the fact that y'all probably not gonna be married much longer either? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes no sense. So then she said, yeah, it would be our last time. Like, I mean, you're right. Our marriage would not last. It would end if you're not stepping up to the plate and being a dad and being the husband that I need you to be. Absolutely. And that's something I don't think that you want, which is why I filed for a divorce to begin with. Sir, make it make sense. Okay. So, yeah, that's where they are. I don't think it's been much stride in their situation right now. One minute they over there arguing, yelling, cussing each other out, fussing down to the Instagram. Next minute he over there, putting that thang-a-wang on the back of her booty and stuff like that, just dancing. It's like, I don't know what's going on with Safaree and this girl. It's like they want to leave each other, but don't want to leave each other at the same time, girl. I don't know, but y'all need to get it together. Get it together, honey. Let's move on. Kirk and Rasheeda, they meet up with the kids. Meet up with the kids individually. Have a conversation with them. Telling them about the stresses and the issues, okay? They feel like the girls are the issues, okay? So because of that, and speaking of girls, they're talking about the girlfriends. They have decided, because they create so much turmoil and one of the girls was taking food out of the restaurant, they have decided that those young ladies will be released from the company. They will not be working there anymore. So Kelsey over there looking like... period. And period. I knew. Get rid of them. Boo. So she's over there just happy. And then the daddy says, yeah, but we're going to let go of all y'all. I said, come on. Because everybody would have been fired. When I was seeing, I said, girl, I would have cut all of them. Ain't none of y'all working for me. None of y'all working for me, honey. Absolutely not. But I liked how they kind of followed it up, though, they said what we're going to do is we're not going to have you guys work for us anymore. Okay, it's too much at stake for y'all to work for us, but what we're willing to do is show you guys how to be entrepreneurs. I like that because Kelsey has actually worked in the restaurant as well as worked in press for Rasheeda. So Kelsey, if you're open to opening up a boutique, yes, get with Rasheeda and let her give you the ins and outs on how you can do your own thing and start up your own online business. I would think that Rasheeda still has her online website and stuff like that. So maybe you can start your own online boutique and she can show you how to market and all that other stuff. Or Rasheeda, y'all could get to a place where you franchise out press. I don't know what all that's going to take, but maybe you can start franchising out press and have different people open them up, and maybe she could be one of the franchise owners or something like that. Maybe you could do that. But if that's something she's interested in, great. Go and work with her. Maybe even one of the, if one of the sons is interested in a clothing line, go over there and work with Rasheeda. She probably could tell you some things. If one of y'all is interested in a restaurant, then maybe one of y'all can work in the restaurant to learn more about that business so that you can have your own at some point. So, but all in all, I like the fact that they're going to help them with their own entrepreneurial, businesses or wherever they want to go. So I think that's great. So, let that be that. Okay. So then this is some of the updates that we got. Yandy and Mendice's moving forward to, continue to live happily ever after. Rennie Rucci spending more time with her kids now here in Atlanta. Bambi and Scrappy, okay, they happy at least they are happy. I think she could have. Did Bambi have that child, or they about to have another one? Bambi stay pregnant, child. So I don't even know if they're on their third or fourth child, but I know they had another one since then. Young baby Tate, she found love in her pockets because she could not find love with Guapo 2000 or whatever the hell his name is. Spice and Justin are still happy, and it looks like she actually got her kids into music as well, because it looks like her son could have been the one in the video, and then you got Justin over here filming the video for her, and I said, y'all better make this a family affair. Let's go. Okay, especially if your kids are into music and Justin was a producer or he's worked with Love and Hip Hop, so he knows how to handle the cameras and all the other great stuff. Then girl, go ahead. Yes, get to it. Jock and his son, they're working on a better relationship. So congrats to them. Amaretta is also working on a better relationship with her mother, okay, as well as working on her music. Kirk and Rasheeda, they still growing in love and growing in business. Carly is learning to, just let her daughter grow up and fall back and just continue to support her and be there for her. Sierra and her boyfriend are still together. They closed on their new home and they still waiting on their baby, okay? Erica gave birth, okay? And Safaree, looks like he was actually there at the hospital. He was knocked out. I don't know how long he was there, but it looked like he was there for some time, okay? What else is going on, all right? That was pretty much it. Okay, that was pretty much it on the season. When it comes down to Love and Hip Hop ATL and what my thoughts and views are of the show, piss poo pie. Piss poo pie. Yeah, that's what we're going to give that. It's going to be a piss poo pie for me. I don't know. First of all, I could not stand the fact that Yandy held so many episodes in the first half of the season. Yandy is not Love and Hip Hop ATL. I don't care if she helped come up with the idea and sold it to somebody. I don't give a damn about none of that. Yandy is forever Love and Hip Hop New York. So to bring her down here as a new cast member for this show and make the show centered around her and her family, fucked up. And y'all really could have made this centered around Scrappy and Bambi. And y'all acting like they can't headline or front run Love and Hip Hop. Yes, we really tune in. Let me speak for myself, for Mama D. And Scrappy has comical moments at times as well, and definitely got to keep Young Jock. Y'all should have made this show about Scrappy and Bambi and centered everybody else around them. But y'all giving us this bullshit with Yandy. Do better next season or just don't come back next season. Whatever one is going to be fine by me, okay? So that's that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments on how y'all felt about Love and Hip Hop ATL. And I'm going to go ahead and scoot over and let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami, okay? Let's get into Love and Hip Hop Miami. All right, so Sukihana out here in the studio, she working on some new music for the fans, okay? And because she's so focused on her music, and I guess she put Instagram down for the time or something, she's decided to not do her grand opening for her store. So she's out here wasting money, okay? I don't know if she has a way for people to shop online with Suki. I don't know, but I know that she decided that she was going to put a halt on that grand opening, which left her cousin not so happy with her. Okay, now her role manager, Kelly, did come in. He's there to kind of help her stay on task, help her with anything that she may need. Mind you, her mother has also taken over a lot of things for her as well. Now, she brings up Tip and how her and Tip talk, and she wants to bring Tip back into the fold. Now, Tip was in the fold helping her make moves, but when the pandemic hit, Tip had to get it how she lived. So now she's trying to, get back active now that things seem like they're going back to normal. But who's hating on her? The road manager, okay? Kelly is hating on Miss Tip. He feeling like, girl, you wasn't around before, you've been gone this long, so why you trying to come back around now? Oh, okay. Yeah, so then he's telling her, like, I don't really need no help with anything. And I was glad that Suki was like, whether you need help or not, I want her around, so she's going to be here. So what else are we talking about? Okay, so deal with it. You don't make no calls around here. Suki do. But all right. So let's move on to Miss Flo. Y'all know Flo, man, has been cheating. Her man done slept with Gael's girl or one of her girls or whatever. So she's not liking that. Her beauty bar is finally opening. So she's doing that grand opening. It's been long awaited. So when she gets out there, she sees, so Gael is with their mom. She goes and sit down, talks to her mom, and she's just like, girl, listen, Florence's man ain't about SHIT. Okay, he been out here cheating and stuff. But the mama feels like she doesn't want them to get a divorce or anything. But Gael feel like, girl, they should. But Gael says in the Haitian culture, and I'm like, girl, that ain't just Haitian, girl. There's a lot of folks around here, honey. They feel like you should just hang in that marriage by any means necessary, okay? By any means necessary, no matter how he treat you, no matter how many times he step out or do anything out of line, girl, just hang in there, hold on, stay married, right? I disagree with that, but that's that old way of thinking, honey. Let's move on. So then her mom goes inside along with her sisters. They get a tour of the beauty bar. Beauty bar look good. I said, this is cute. This is cute, girl. This is nice, okay? Long awaited. Y'all did a good job with that, okay? Her mom pulls her to the side and lets her know, like, you ain't tell me nothing about what was going on between you and Marlon. And I don't really like that, okay? I feel like you be leaving me out, girl. Let me know what's going on. And it's like, girl, why should we let you know anything? When you still going to be on his side for real because you going to want your daughter to stay in a relationship. Yikes, okay? So, Gael and the other sister, I believe her name is Joy, they come over to talk to the mama and talk to Flo. And then the sister Joy tells her, like, girl, I had to tell you something. She was like, girl, what you got to tell me? She said, girl, I got to tell you that your man, your husband, girl, he had felt up on my booty too. He did. I ain't know if I wanted to tell you, girl. I ain't know if I wanted to tell you, but that's what it is. And then, of course, Flo is not really believing it. She's like, why would you say that around her or whatever? She doesn't like him and all this other extra stuff, honey. But the mama seems like she was trying to convince her, like, girl, go away. Tell Gael to stop. Tell her to stop so that you could be happily ever after with a man that's still out here treating you like a dog. Okay. So Flo walks out, right? So it's time for the grand opening and everything. She walks out. She gives her speech. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Flo looked like she was exhausted. She was motherfucking tired. She wasn't excited. She wasn't happy. She just looked so unenthused. 100%, but she knew she had to put on the act and give this speech and stuff because she just was not featuring it. Her man finally pulls up after people was asking, is he coming, girl? When is he coming? Is he coming? When is he coming? So he finally pulls up, gives her flowers and stuff, and she had to fake it till she made it. Then she pulled him over to the side and wanted to talk to him because one of her sisters said that he felt on their booty. And he started laughing like, girl, no, that's not true. Everybody lying on me. You know how I be. Girl, they lying. I don't want to hear about this no more. She said, excuse you, we gonna talk about it. And you gonna hear about it as much as I want to talk about it, because guess what? I still got to figure out what the hell finna happen with me and you. So what you talking about, boo? I said, get him together, ma'am. Go ahead and get him together. Gonna tell you he don't want to hear about it no more. Who you think you is? You don't run this mouth. You can't tell me, baby. We gonna keep talking about it. And then wait, right? Let's get on Trina and her boyfriend. Right? Because clearly he stay here in her motherfucking mouth. And I don't see how he do it, but good luck. So she is over there. So she has some things. First of all, she ain't got no manager or whatever. She got people standing in the place of, certain positions or whatever. I think she do got a manager, but I don't think that was who was helping her out last year or whatever. So she is trying to get ready for some things. But here's what we learned about her boyfriend primarily from me. He says that he's a servant. He's there to serve her. That's something that he wants to do, regardless. Like, even when she flies off the handle, he feels like he can handle her because he likes to serve her. Her wish is his command. Okay, cater to you. right? So that's the position that he takes with her. He feels like when she acts out, that's her way of really trying to communicate her needs and stuff to him. So he don't really take it as major as some people take it, because he just be chilling. I feel like you're numb at this point. I feel like you're numb to how she acts. Other people may not be numb to it, right? But you're numb to how she acts. It's just like, well, that's how she gonna do that anyway, because it's just how she is. But what else is going on? But that don't make it okay or healthy. I don't like that, okay? But I will say this: when he was sitting down talking to the manager about stuff when it came to Trina, it made me think, are you her assistant now? At some point, will you be becoming her manager? What is that all about? Are you her assistant? What is that? Okay, so I don't know, but that's where they at, honey. Let me go ahead and move on. Tip and Bobby Lights. They send down. First of all, Bobby, I don't know what he put in his face, but I want him to stop. I don't know. He's doing something to his face, and I want him just to ease back just a little bit. Okay. So Tip talks about how they had to switch up things, right? Because of the pandemic, they had to get smarter about getting their coins. So she went back to the strip club. Bobby Light started doing OnlyFans, and kind of find out, he said Suki was the one that put him onto that. So once they start seeing how much money they can really make, then honey, they wasn't trying to go no other way. They just gonna stick with where they at. So then Miss Tip starts speaking on Suki's career, right? And she says that there are labels that are asking, what is she? Is she a porn star or is she an artist? Which one is it? Because right now, Tip is actually crediting herself for the success of Suki. She says when she got in the Cardi B video and stuff, like that wasn't just because, of Suki, it was because of her music, and it was because Tip said she had a team that was pushing her. So that's how she ended up landing that. I don't know if that's true, but that's what Miss Tip said, okay? But let me go ahead and move on. So when it gets to Sheila is really stressed out. Okay, she's stressed out about not being understood, right? She talks with her life coach, and she says that she needs help with dealing with her mother-in-law as well as her husband. She doesn't like that she isn't understood, and that she doesn't often get acknowledgement for the things that she do, right? It's like it's expected of her or something, like she don't have to do this stuff, but she would like appreciation for that. When she said this, and I'm glad she ended up saying it later on, because it made me feel like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about this right. When she said this, I said, I think it's something in her that's triggering her to go back into her childhood when she felt misunderstood, because she was the only black kid in the house and nobody else really got her. Nobody else really looked like her. She probably felt like she had to live up to a certain expectation where she was always proving herself in the household, because she also told her mom that she felt like it was a time where her mama didn't want her because she did not fit in, right? So it's starting to show up again in her adulthood. So they had a good little talk about that, and we're going to see where she's going to have a sit down with Ace Hood at a later time. But let's speak on Trina, because Trina got this photo shoot yet again, and she's racing against daylight with this photo shoot, and the photographer is racing against time because he got to get to the airport to catch another flight. Okay. So they had all of that going on. Trina is all upset. She's all frustrated, and I don't understand a few things. One, why she always yelling and being upset. Okay, maybe she needs a life coach. And I'm also not understanding that if y'all team know this is how she acts, why not be on top of your SHI to begin with? And she over here yelling at the poor boyfriend, yelling at him, cussing him out and stuff, and he don't even know what to do. He just like, well, I'm about to call this person. She's like, you're not saying nothing. Well, I'm about to do this or that. It ain't nothing to say. He is so like always like this. Even when she be all up here on the charts, all everywhere, he be still like this. That's probably why he's in control of his emotions. That's probably why he can deal with her so much, right? But how she was talking to him was like he was her assistant or something. So I'm like, okay, that's what you are to her. Now I understand if your mate wants to help out and stuff like that, but the way she was talking and seeing him with interactions with different people made me think that he's either her assistant now or he'll be becoming her manager later. But either way, good luck to the both of you, okay? Suki out here trying to get her a tiger in this video shoot, hollering, okay? Because when she came out, she told that man, listen, I want you to know that this cat right here, this cootie cat, this cootie toy, it's better than the cat that you got out there. Okay, that little thing ain't got nothing on this thing right here. I was like, okay then, girl. When she saw that damn tiger getting a little shook and shaky, okay, we saw that your little cat, Miss Suki, ain't got nothing on that one. Okay, too funny. So Tip ends up coming out, and she notices how Suki damn near got ate up by a tiger or whatever. So she decides to check Kelly about it. Like, you're supposed to be in control of your artist, okay, making sure that your artist is protected at all times. But then she also let Suki know, like, girl, you're not no average person no more. more. Okay, you're not, girl. You need security 24/7, so you need to figure out how you're gonna do that. I agree with Tip, because even though Suki ain't major yet, but girl, you just got in a fight. Not all women gonna be out here fighting you. At some point, people gonna be out here trying to pow, pickety, pow. Okay, and I just feel like you need to make sure that you're protected at all times, especially when you got about 4 kids, 3 or 4 kids back at home, looking up to you, waiting on you, girl. Get it together, okay? Make sure that you're here for them. So that's that. You know, Kelly was still up there. He was hating on Miss Tip, but Tip was just letting him know at the end of the day, you can hate on me all you want to, but even when I had to strip at night, I still was up calling Suki, sending emails for Suki, and making sure that Suki had things that she need, and she was going to places that she need to go. Period. Okay, so there's that, and let's move on to Ace and Miss Sheila. Okay, because they end up talking. All right, she talks about her life coach, and she tells Ace that she was dealing with proving herself to him. Like, that's something that she learned, that it actually went back to her childhood, was her feeling the need to always have to prove herself, right? And that also leaves her in the space of being misunderstood. So she tells him that she felt like she's been trying to prove herself to him and the others meaning his mama. Okay, and she's just at a place where she's not willing to do that no more, because she feel like she's giving her power over to people and she don't want to do that. And he tells her, like, that's cool, because I don't want you to feel like you got to give your power over to me either, right? So then she tells him that he's conditioned, though. She tells him that but I feel like you're conditioned. You're conditioned for women to always be there and support you and help you out in certain ways. And he disagrees, right? Because he says that I feel like the things that you do around the house and the contributions that you make to the household, I also contribute, right? And she tells him, nope, it mostly falls on me. So then he lets her, he says, okay, let that be that, because he was trying to end the conversation. So then eventually she walks over there to him to make sure he good. And he was like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where you at with it, right? And Ace tells her that he appreciates what she does, but what she does isn't expected from him. And she kind of like disagrees, like, no. And then he walks off and no longer wants to talk. And what I don't like is that's why they can never get anything resolved, because Ace does not know how to sit in things and hear her out. It doesn't always have to really be about him. She was really just trying to speak about herself and how things make her feel. And he has to sit there and just really listen to her, because if you don't sit down, talk to your mate, get it out, come to an understanding, it's going to continue to show up in different ways. And I feel like that one scene was an example. It showed up at one point when she tried to tell you and you said, let that be that, and you walked off. Y'all had a conversation again, and because you didn't want to deal with things, what did you do? You walked off again. So granted, it's going to happen again. Y'all going to have the same conversation. You ain't going to want to talk about it. You're going to tap out and go somewhere else, but that's not how that goes. When you walk away from it instead of dealing with it, it's going to continue to show up in your life. But either way, honey, good luck. And that's all I got for Love and Hip Hop ATL, as well as Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.